Well, no one heard that because I didn't have like anything on. So, hi everyone, welcome to week 3 of Madness of the Land. Of course, we're back in it with everyone and back in it for some more amazing adventures. I hope everyone's having a great day as usual. So, let's begin with character introductions, of course. Let's go in our normal order. How about Tesh? What's your character? Go through it.
Hi, I am Nokren. I am a Dragonborn Paladin who is thoroughly confused about what is going on right now and is just wanting things to have some form of normality. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
No, never. Grits.
Hey, I'm Rachael, I'm playing Grits, and I'm the Dwarven monk who was summoned away last time for a lovely dinner meeting with the Thane of the Dwarves.
Yeah. She had a real nice time.
I did.
And she didn't have to fight any like, savage ones like the rest of you.
Yeah.
Or spiders.
Or spiders.
Or spiders, yeah.
Hey, we feasted gloriously on those spiders during the break.
Glad it was tasty.
Knocker would probably be okay with that.
Joe?
I'll pass on the spiders, thank you.
I've eaten worse.
I'm Rufus. I'm a rogue who's kind of going towards scout, and I'm a halfling.
Tim.
Hi, I'm Orn, and I almost died twice.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way of saying
Tim.
Tim.
Yes. How can I help you?
Maybe don't cast AoE spells on allies who are almost dead. Just saying.
AoE spells.
Nah, I'm not worried about it. You're fine. Look at you.
I know
Anyways,
medicine.
yeah, he's learned it on sheep. Are you wanting me to introduce me now? Is that what's happening?
No, I think you're supposed to introduce yourself then.
Okay, so, yeah, Tim, High Elf Wizard, kind of an asshole.
Yes.
Only kind.
Just a little bit.
Only kind of.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
You know,
Alright, so
willing to cast AoE spells on his allies. Say that.
that
And then
happened
drag
last
them out.
episode.
Like that.
That happened last episode with a lot of other amazing adventures as they explored some of the hidden areas of the castle that had sort of been forgotten to time, and people with the, rush of war and the fact that this castle's like way off in nowhere, those two factors meant that no one really checks out these places. No reason. So it's kind of like,
Well, now we're really in nowhere.
yes, but now there's actually a reason to check it out. Before you're in the nowhere, it's still at the edge of civilization, so people just did everything else, and, then war happened. And war never changed.
Then eyeball with teeth happened.
Yes, teeth eyeball
Yeah.
happened. Because that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Alright,
They're delicious.
Not good.
so the lot of you went and rested a bed. Grits eventually did join you, and you rested for what would be, in quotation, the night, because there is no night.
So you say
Yeah.
Gritz joined 4 men in bed.
Yes, Grits showed up with 4 men instead, I doubt all of you are in the same bed. I think you had your own weird sleeping arrangements in the room.
I don't know. We like to cuddle.
Probably. Yeah.
You all like to cuddle.
Yeah.
I sleep at the foot of the bed.
Tim would be alright with it.
Knocker would be find a corner, prop up against it. That's all he needs.
As long as I can put a knife under a pillow, we're good.
Just under the pillow.
So, now can I
Well, there's
clarify?
others on me.
Yes.
With Knocker and the bonding with the sword, I would have felt some sort of thing there.
Yes,
wouldn't
while
I?
you were kind of resting with it and probably like looking it over, you felt like a connection deepening as you kind of spend time with it, kind of thing.
Okay.
As if
Okay.
you feel like, it's like there's an echo of maybe some kind of past to it. You're not sure what maybe name it had before. It's probably lost, whatever it was. But You do feel like it once was wielded by a great hero of this castle, or one that actually acted as a great hero.
I need to look into this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, you wake up all refreshed, healed, and ready to go in your bar room.
Don't we need
Time
to
for a drink.
I mean, that is an
With the
option.
way, I mean, there's no night here, is there? Like, we haven't seen anything that is night.
Yeah, that's correct.
Correct.
No.
It's fucking. There's just drink. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm stopping to get an ale.
Tim wouldn't be interested in that. He'd probably go outside right away.
Okay.
Nokren would probably grab one.
Though,
Grits would grab two.
Again, so the places that you still know about is there might be something in this bar, for one thing. You know that there's still some things under the cathedral, dungeon, and then if you do feel like really grave robbing, which apparently some people have already done, but you can add to the entire grave robbing, there's the nice catacombs, which you have.
But we can get permission to grave rob.
You did get permission to grave rob already.
Yeah, we did.
Congratulations. They're like, well, we
It's
are
still grave robbing if we have permission, though?
I don't.
It's grave acquiring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Requiring.
there already was a
Great
lot of grave
scrum.
acquiring. You're just, adding to the grave acquiring that may be there.
Just gonna scrounge a little, go for a good scrounge.
It's borrowing.
Without
Are we
intent to
intending
return.
on giving it back?
I mean, when we're dead, it'll go to a grave.
If we're lucky.
Reasonable. Yeah. Well, I mean, really, a grave is just where the body lies.
I
And
prefer
that-
to be in a marked one.
What happens if there's
It's a
no
grave.
body left?
Well, then you put up a nice headstone, which I'm sure they're already digging some places to throw you in the graveyard.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm sure people have died already. Like with the earthquake and the savage ones. Yeah.
Have we checked
And an
on
eyeball.
the town at all? I know Joe. Well, sorry, Rufus did earlier. But have we checked on the town at all since then?
I mean, none of you have technically been over to the
The
area,
refugee.
Oh, yeah.
refugee camp
The
at
tents.
all. Yeah.
I did. I specifically said I went over there.
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
was
Oh, that's right, you did.
very initially. Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's in as good a shape as it'll be right now.
Yeah, I wanted to warn them about the possibly tainted water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you did. I mean, like, there was stuff knocked over, things that needed repaired, but the
wall was intact.
The wall was intact.
I mean, tents would fare better than buildings in the earthquake part.
Yes. And it's a
Oh
mix-
no, my poles came out.
I mean, like, there was
I don't know. About
there
that.
are
Okay.
wooden buildings there that survived, but they're like,
Oh.
cheap wooden buildings that,
Right.
Okay, yeah, maybe they wouldn't fare so well.
No.
there's lots of tents and small cabins that were thrown together loosely.
Mm.
The cabins are much nicer because then rather than just having, like you're all in a tent, at least you have curtains there.
Yeah.
You could also make some lean-tos against the wall.
That's true. There probably is a couple of those there. Anyway, so what are you folks doing? Some of you are grabbing some drinks quickly, or anybody getting what would effectively be breakfast, or just skipping ahead?
I'll grab a small bite and an ale.
Yeah, and Nokren would ask Jen at the same time. So, how long have you owned this bar, this tavern?
Actually, not that long. My family moved into the area, me and my daughter, a couple of years ago. We had some trouble in other parts of the kingdoms, and ended up here. The Duke was nice enough to effectively put me in charge here. The old family that lived here, the Benevan family, they all died out. They've been the ones that had looked after it since, I think, since the castle had been founded. So like 3 or 4 generations looked after it. But when the last one died, without any heirs apparent, the building fell into disarray. So I'm guessing it's about 5 years ago now. We came to the castle, and the Duke graciously, basically, what's a good way of saying this? Gifted me the right to look after the inn in exchange for some things I had, and also there was a deal that, you know, whatever problems had been in my old life were gone from here, basically.
Well, they're definitely gone from here now.
Well, much more so than ever.
Are
And
there
I did want to raise my daughter a little more right than I was raised, you know?
That's noble. Are there any places in this tavern that feel wrong to you, or that feel like there's something missing or should be there?
Should be there or missing? I don't think so. I mean, if you're looking for unusual places in here, there is one, but no one goes down there.
Okay.
Under the storeroom, there's an old basement. When I first got here, it was dusty, dirty, and filled with a lot of crap that I didn't feel like cleaning up. And we just kind of covered over with boxes, and I keep thinking about cleaning it out, and we never really needed to. Most of the storage that we grab stuff from is in the manor, where they stored a lot of the food down. I don't know if you've been down there, but a couple of the large rooms, I think like the old torture room in the dungeon, have been converted to storerooms.
Would you have any objections of us looking at the lower level?
I mean, I don't think there's anything down there, but knock yourself out. If you think there might be something strange down there, it's probably better for safety's sake, I'd assume.
Okay.
So, as you guys are asking all these very strange questions, because yesterday I was, mostly at lunch, I'm just gonna be like, Grits is like sipping her ale. I imagine she actually has 2 tankards, like one in each hand. She's like sipping from them, alternating, and just like looking back and forth between whoever else is sitting around asking questions. Like, why are you guys asking such bizarre questions?
Oh, get out of my pack. Map.
Ooh. It's a very lovely map. I like maps.
It has a map. Yeah.
It marks a couple of... It's like a small map of the castle, kind of very loose one, only the central area. It seems to mark the tower, which you found stuff, where you assume the dungeon is, and the cathedral, plus the bar. And there's a note on it that basically says, hey, there's stuff here.
Can I do any kind of check to see, because of my cartography background, like the legitimacy of the map?
Go ahead.
What would that be? Just like a
Cartography intelligence check, we'll say. So intelligence and add your proficiency, effectively.
Okay. Sweet. It's a whopping +2, guys.
You'll also notice that Nokren has put a cross over the tower one because we've looted it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the fact is that you've heard tales of at least 3 of these places that had secrets in them. One of them you helped explore. The other 2, the others haven't told you about, but I mean, you did hear that there was something about, there was like another cathedral under the cathedral, there might be something in the dungeon. These were things that you heard about.
Okay.
And they are marked. So it's like, well, if there's
Checks
supposed
out.
to be something here, there might be something here. And this map does seem old. You're guessing older than 10 years?
Sorry.
Damn, get old.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to take Grits by the one shop, too.
Yes.
Yes.
Going shopping? I like
we do.
shopping.
There's crap,
Free
I've forgotten
swag.
the name.
Traveler pack, but I'm not.
Free
in
swag.
Yeah, we get a free traveler pack. As thanks for saving
Explorer's pack with double rations.
Explorer's pack, yeah.
Explorers. Thank you.
Double rations. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was double rations. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
It's double
Yeah.
the normal rations in it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be
Like
useful for
triple
when we head out of here.
It's actually really great because I can stop us from having to use those rations, meaning they'll last even longer. So they'll last for times when we can't actually use my ability to get us food.
So,
Hi.
as you kind of ask about checking it out, Jen is going to kind of like motion over for the closest thing to a bar wench this place has, which is not even a wench. It's like a
Her daughter?
no. She works in the inn. It's a halfling.
Sorry.
It's a halfling
That's it.
man, and like
Aw.
like middle-aged halfling man.
Why are all the halflings bad?
Too bad. There's
Maybe
probably
you just
some
need to
else-
be of a different persuasion.
Yes.
That's
Hey,
all.
I mean, Nokren still hasn't come to the conclusion that I have. That is, he's quite likely the only Dragonborn here now.
Tim's, can you show them the storeroom out back? He'll kind of like sigh a little bit and be like, "Sure, follow me."
Aww.
Now I'm out front right
I'm
now.
gonna go grab Tim.
Saying.
Oh my God, Tim and Tim's.
Yeah.
Tim's is Tim Hortons though, so like we got that problem as well.
Tim? Meet Tim's.
All I'm gonna be thinking is where are my donuts? So
And coffee.
I don't really drink coffee.
So,
I'm just gonna open the front door and go, Tim, we're exploring the basement. Follow us.
Tim
Yeah,
would
anyway.
kind of like just kind of be like and turn and follow.
Okay. He leads you kind of through the kitchen into this back room where there's lots of stuff stored up, like caskets of ale, crates filled with probably supplies for cooking, dried supplies for cooking. There does seem to be a small area of like more fresh stuff that you're guessing like hunters have gathered up that are kind of storing. Like there's like a rack that seems to be drying some kind of meats and stuff. He'll lead you kind of past what appears to be a small living area. That seems for a small creature. And he's like, mind the things. Mind my things.
okay.
He'll kind of lead you over and be like, it's right here. You'll have to move the barrel. I'm going back to work.
I look at Nokren.
Okay, yeah, I'll move the barrel.
You like move a barrel of some kind of old wine. It's Tim, you recognize that seems to be some kind of elven wine with the markings on it.
Ooh.
And there's a
Tim wouldn't
trap-
say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck. Okay.
There's a trap door there then.
Oh no, she said she's been down there, so it wouldn't be trapped.
No.
No, it's a trap door, not a trapped.
Maybe it's a trap.
Do we know?
door.
Do we know
roll
that it's
lift
not
it up.
trapped?
When you lift it up, I mean, it's like, it smells musty, but about that.
Can you do your light thing,
Oh,
Tim?
you're
I
talking to
brought a
me.
torch.
Yeah.
No,
Not
no.
that one.
Put that
Not
away.
one.
What's wrong with
That's
this
bad.
torch? Nothing's wrong
No.
with
He
the
pulls
torch.
it out, he's like,
No.
he's
He
lighting
summoned
it.
spiders last time he used that thing.
Put the torch away, Rufus.
I don't think you can summon spiders with a torch, guys.
Look,
but-
I'm just gonna use dancing lights. I'm just gonna look. Look.
Look.
Look.
Okay.
Strobe.
There's a small
Are you
ladder.
trying to find the magic lights button?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm in edit mode right now.
Oh, okay.
If I wanted the button, I've got the button.
So yeah, so there's now lights down there. Do I see anything?
Yeah, there's a small ladder that seems to lead down into a kind of small hallway, and you kind of like looking down there, it looks to eventually lead into a larger room.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Well, might as well. And I start climbing down.
Alright, you will move into the major chamber at hand. So, getting down there, it looks as if there is a kind of door right to your, well, right, and then it kind of opens up into a larger chamber.
Okay.
So-
I'll
What are
follow
we
down.
expecting to find down here, guys? Again?
No
Something
idea.
hidden.
I'm down the bottom already.
Something hidden.
Okay, something like treasure, something like dead bodies, something like important, or just
We have
something.
no idea.
All of
Important
the
dead
above.
bodies.
Yeah.
Dead bodies that are made of treasure.
I'm not
Things that are
expecting to
important.
find anything, but I would say that in our last several trips down into deep, dark, terrifying places, we've found some things that have actually been relatively helpful. So if they want to, I'm willing to come through and follow for now, I suppose.
So it was a door. Sorry. Go on.
So the door, like, you got down the ladder, you kind of turn around to face the, hall. There's a door right away to your right, and then opens up into a larger chamber. The larger chamber, you can kind of see, you kind of get a good look into there, at least from here, especially with the dancing lights. It's, like, filled with old crates and barrels, many of which are kind of broken, deteriorating. There's, like, dust and cobwebs everywhere.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wait for everyone to get down, and then, Rufus, can you check this door for traps and things, just in case? I don't think it'll be trapped, but you never know.
Alright, and I will say, as we're climbing down, you'll notice that
Okay.
Ryan seems a little bit annoyed.
Oh, really?
Just like, what are we doing? What is this waste of time?
While
I've got better
we're
things to
doing
do.
this, Tim would ask, "So how was your lunch?"
It was wonderful. I got some good information, and I have some tasks to do. You will also notice that she is now carrying a large, very nice-looking battle axe. That's a little bit
Nice.
unwieldy, and she probably doesn't know how to use it very well, but it looks pretty.
That's equally important, really, as we've all learned.
Honestly, Nokren, the second he saw that, would have been like, nice axe.
Thank you.
So, Tim would ask at this point, had you, what pulled you away to that in the first place? It was with the Dwarven thing, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Did you get any interesting news, any information that we can use?
I wouldn't really call it information, and it's definitely not going to be helpful to... And she's going to motion to the area that they're in right now, to the current task at hand. It's more just he is requesting information from me if I come across anything.
If you come across anything?
It's specifically for Dwarven matters.
Tim would leave it at that, because obviously he's a high elf and not all that interested in the Dwarven matters. And he'd just say,
Well,
best of
the
luck with
door is not trapped, as far as Rufus can see.
As far as the rest of the room, is there hallways out from this place?
It's like it's a small hall you're in with this door, and it leads then right away without a door into the big chamber. There's like this like a little offshoot of the big chamber.
Okay, I want to search the hallway just to see if there's any like try to find any hidden doors or anything.
While he's doing that, as soon as he gives me the thumbs up, Nokren's gonna open the door and look in.
Okay. This room seems to be some kind of like storage room for wines. It's got like wine racks and wine barrels all over the place. Many of which seem broken and destroyed or deteriorated, though.
Okay.
But are the bottles okay?
There are no bottles in here, as far as you can see, just with a quick glance.
Nokren's gonna start searching the room as well while you search the hallway.
Okay.
Okay.
Nokren, can I use investigation opposed to perception?
Sure. I'll give you
Yeah.
investigation. You're like, there's
So that
stuff
went-
here. There's obviously been wine in this at one point in time.
I just like poke something and it falls apart. Like, oh, oops.
So Tim at this point would just kind of be looking around at everyone doing something. He has no interest in this whatsoever. But he'd look at how much Nokren was struggling, and he'd want to investigate with him just to help out.
Okay,
Is it all right if I do a roll?
sure.
I'm guessing nothing in the hallway.
Alright. Nothing in the hallway. You take a look around and you notice that, like, there doesn't seem to be any, like, actually intact bottles. You know, all the bottles are shattered and cracked. All the barrels themselves seem cracked and their materials leaked out long ago. There's a couple that still have stuff in them, but it's like, you're
Not
pretty
good
sure
stuff.
it's not good anymore because they're not sealed. Eventually, though, searching around, you will find it looks like there's 2 barrels barrels of old wine, like small, 2 foot tall, 1 foot wide.
Half casks.
Yeah, like small casks of wine.
I gotcha.
Yeah, that are intact.
Ooh.
Yeah, how heavy would those be?
I mean,
Like struggle for me, not bad for Nokren.
not bad for Nokren, struggle for you.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'll remember to grab those on the way out.
Yeah.
While Tim is in there with me, I'm actually going to turn to him and say, so, I've had this really strange thing with this sword. I'm going to pull out the sword. I feel like there's more to it.
Tim, hearing that, would be quite excited. And he'd say, how do you mean more to it?
Like, I feel like it's got a story I don't know yet.
Well, there are stories with weapons that...
Can you, like, see if it's got magic or something?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Alright, if I roll Arcana,
Sure.
it's gonna go poorly.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It went
Oh,
well.
damn!
You get the feeling that there might be magic ingrained into this weapon.
Cool. So, Tim would say, well, it's definitely magical, but I don't know how or with what, but it has some magical property to it. But if you say that you're feeling it, likely the best way for you to discover more is to spend more time around it. Learn it. Understand it as best you can. The more
In other words,
power
stab
it has,
something with it.
Stroke it gently.
the more
Generally
power it
fighting with
has,
helps.
the better it is to be close with it.
I'm just gonna
Caress
say,
it and sweet, whisper sweet nothings.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, the second Nokren gets a point, like a moment alone with it, he would have heard something of like legends of weapons. Just go, hello.
But like Tim would essentially be insinuating that you should keep that weapon with you at all times.
Okay.
Like you should
That's
be
exactly
sleeping
what
with it.
we doing now.
Yeah, like because he's like implying very much that the closer you are with something of power, the better, right? So
Yeah, no, he's gonna. Nokren's gonna take that to heart, and he thought it was magical, but he wasn't quite sure. He thought maybe it was in his head. Now he's like, hell yeah.
You've reassured what he was thinking.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
great. Always happy to reassure terrible decisions.
Yep. Alright, so that seems to be everything that's within the old wine cellar, and there's nothing in the hallway. You guys can easily move out into the large storage room at hand.
Should we grab those small casks and just put them in the hallway so they're easier to grab on the way out?
Yeah, Nokren will do that. He'll just
Okay.
move them one by one to the hallway just to make sure.
Just, you know,
In case it all-
convenience.
Or in
Convenience
case
sake.
it all starts collapsing on us.
And then we need to run. We can at least grab the casks and have some, some wine to keep us company under the rubble.
As strong as I am, I don't think I could carry both up at the same time. Might be a little hard.
Probably not because it's a ladder. I mean, if it was like
Yeah.
staircase, yes, but up a ladder, no.
Yeah, you kind of
Worst case scenario, you take one.
Yeah.
At
Alright.
least one.
We'll just tie the other around your waist.
Moving out into the larger room at hand, you can kind of see, it's filled with junk. But there does seem to be another door out of here, kind of on the wall that would make this room adjacent to the wine room. So,
I'll search the door.
okay. It's a door. It's a nice door.
Is it a jar?
No. And it
No,
doesn't,
it's a door.
and it's not trapped either.
Okay.
Look
this
safe.
an
I'm
as
gonna
far
start
as you
muddling
know
around the rubbish,
I mean, it's
rubbish.
always as far as you know, no matter
Yep.
what he rolls.
Yeah, okay.
Nokren is gonna open the door.
Okay, it opens. This seems to be some kind of old shrine. It's hard to say what it was dedicated to. It's like there's nothing of value here anymore. The place has been stripped, kind of broken down. It looks whoever last worshipped here took most of their stuff out of it and kind of left it.
I'm gonna look at it and try to
Yeah.
figure out what religion.
Nokren, you do get the sense there is some kind of I would call echo of the divine here, just because of your nature as a paladin.
Ooh, okay.
You feel like what's left of the altar probably still has the blessings of whatever deity echoed into it, but again, there's nothing left to even hint at you about who it was that once more.
Okay.
So, sorry, I'm just gonna note that Tim's a little further back right now. He hasn't seen this yet, but if anyone mentioned anything, he'd probably get pretty excited about it. So,
yeah, Nokren will say, I'm getting a feeling from this room. It's still blessed, I think. And then walk in.
Tim's ears would perk up.
Yeah.
And then, hearing blessed, he thinks, well, there's a possibility that this could be related to his search.
Yep. Tim, you don't really feel anything from it, but again, you're like also not technically a divine person, so and it seems to be whatever's here is just an echo of what's left.
Can I do a check on it of some kind that would give me any information? Like religion or arcana? Either, like, I don't know.
You could make a religion check, but the fact is that there is no, like, iconography
markers.
left over.
Yeah.
It's like,
so then
it would be
I'd rather
a pretty
do an
insanely
check.
difficult check. You could try an arcana just to see. Sure.
Well, can I do both? Because I'm gonna.
Sure,
like,
go ahead.
Tim would want to inspect the room,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll do religion first here. That didn't work.
Okay.
And then no, so nothing.
Okay. It probably had some kind of religion here. You can't really tell what it was. And you're inspecting. You're like, I don't know. It's like, you're not an expert in divine magics anyway, so.
And I got over it pretty quick. Is what happened there. Is I looked in, I saw that there really wasn't much to go on, and I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Somebody religioned here. Moving on.
Yep.
Yeah. Nokren's gonna take his symbol and try and put it as close as he can to where he feels the source.
Okay.
Wherever this blessing is.
There doesn't seem to be any reaction.
Okay. Just gonna put away the symbol and continue on investigating the room.
Okay.
My turn, I guess, and I put the coin of Joaquin over where he put his symbol.
No real reaction also.
Well,
Grits is watching you just like, what in the... I don't... Are these like dowsing rods? Like, guys, come on.
I'm rummaging through rubble out here.
Oh, you want to rummage through rubble? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nokren's gonna turn to Grits and notice that she's looking very quizzically at everything. So,
Okay.
I don't know how this works yet either.
Yeah. Rufus just seems to be rummaging through the crap outside. He doesn't seem to have found anything yet.
Perfect.
Tim would have been disinterested and would have come over to join Rufus at that point.
If you want to investigate while he's searching, I mean, that's fine.
Should I investigate or perception?
Probably perception, I'd say, for this one.
You think? Because, like,
Unless you
I got
actually
better
want-
investigation.
If you want to actually rummage too, I will give you investigation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can rummage through my leavings.
You're rummaging through his stuff. You're like, are you missing anything? Okay, you guys rummage around for like, I don't know, while they're playing around in the shrine room for like a couple, like they're like in there for a while.
5, 10.
You're like taking like 5-10 minutes to like rummage through junk and stuff, and you're kind of going through parts of the room, and eventually like Rufus throws something over towards one of the walls, and you're like, hey, that looks kind of interesting, and you kind of go down to look at it, and then you notice something strange at the bottom of the floor. Scuff marks near the wall.
Oh, fuck.
Another one of these.
Tim would look at the scuff marks and would just... Over here.
Huh?
And then Nokren would come running.
I turn around. What's up?
Grits would waddle over.
And
Okay.
Tim would just be standing there pointing. Just...
Can I look to see if I find anything that could be a handhold or could open this?
Sure, give me advantage perception check. You have advantage because you actually
Advantage. Okay. Advantage. Oh damn! I
Okay.
actually rolled really well on both of those.
Yeah, you
Nice.
did, wow.
You can find a way to open up this door pretty easily. It looks as if there's not really anything keeping it closed. It kind of looks like it's like, looking closely, you've noticed that it's really just a wooden door, because it's kind of like dirt and wood kind of keeping up everything, but, like, it's been decorated to look as though it's part of the wall with the dirt and stuff.
Huh.
I'm gonna check for any traps around it.
Okay.
Man, you're paranoid, aren't you?
He's paranoid.
Yes. Very.
No traps.
And he's really, really
He gives me
bad
the
at
thumbs
being
up, and I rip
paranoid.
it open.
He is very bad. It opens. There seems to be like a small room in here, and it looks as if there was some kind of tunnel here. You can see what appears to be a couple of crates here that are like broken open and seem empty. And then like you kind of see that there was this tunnel, except you see the tunnel has collapsed. You're not sure when. And then you see, like, kind of like just looking, you can see sticking out, half buried from the rubble, seems to be the remains of someone.
Oh dear.
Uh-huh.
So,
Important body it is.
Tim would get the dancing lights over there. Yes.
So yes, it seems that whoever was using this tunnel, it collapsed on top of them.
Bad day for them.
He seems to be carrying a long sword in his one hand. He looks to have had a shield in the other, but that's been seemingly crushed and dented horribly by the rubble. His armor's been torn up, but you can see kind of sticking out from there is a very nice cape and actually, or a very nice cloak, still in pristine condition.
Wait. How is the cloak in pristine condition if this man was crushed to death?
Magical
It's just
items
fabric.
don't get
Fabric doesn't
destroyed.
crush.
No, magical items
Pristine
don't
condition
get
in-
destroyed.
It means it's not even
Pristine
dirty.
Implies that there's no blood on it or anything.
I mean,
So,
it probably
that's
has
just
some old
mad.
stains and, you know, like some dirt on
Okay.
it. But it's
So,
No,
but by pristine,
I reckon
mean,
that's
One of
like
the-
magical.
like as
Can
like
I-
his armor is like rusted and destroyed, it's not eaten away at. You know, like
can I Arcana check on the cloak, please?
sure.
Bet you it's magical.
It's
It
got
looks
to
as it could be magical. You're right.
I'd
Yeah.
take it. I'd
Didn't
take
see
it.
that coming.
Yeah, you're
I wouldn't even turn to talk to anybody. I'd just take the cloak.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Nokren's
To be
gonna
fair, you
investigate
probably-
the boxes and stuff to see if there's anything worth in them.
It looks like they were filled with like something in here, maybe at one time. It's been a long time, so like there's some like dust and stuff at the bottom. You're guessing that, you know. I mean, like you kind of like, I'll say you managed to find like a dried, slightly preserved because you're underground in like a kind of dry area, piece of maybe straw that when you pick it up it kind of deteriorates. So maybe there was something packed in straw at sometime in here.
Okay.
I want to run a medicine check on the body, see if it was like human or something else.
Oh,
It's-
I thought you were gonna
okay.
check if it was still alive.
No, he's very
good?
dead. He's very skeletal.
Oh, I also have my healer's kit. Does that
No,
do
not
with
really.
it?
It's a skeleton.
I don't think you're gonna be
looks-
healing it.
It looks kind
Sure.
of. It looks kind of humanoid. Maybe human. Maybe like elf or half elf. Those would like half elf and human pretty close together, so it's like hard to tell. Maybe elf again, pretty close together. Definitely not dwarf and definitely not half orc. There are a couple of other humanoids it might be, but you're guessing if it was someone living in the castle. The choices you have in front of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is
But he no longer has a cape, and also when or cloak.
Well.
When he took off his cloak, the head totally popped off and was like rolling around a little bit.
At last, poor Yorick.
Can
I'm
Nokren
gonna try to
just have
sit
a,
the head back onto the body somewhat.
Yeah. The only other
can Nokren just search for anything else on the body that might be of interest?
he's got
other-
he's got a pretty nice longsword that's still in relatively good condition. It looks like it doesn't seem rusty at all. Seems to have fared probably much better than most of the stuff on his body.
than him?
yeah.
Excuse me.
Tim, can you just check this sword for me, just in case?
Don't you have enough
Sure.
long swords?
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
if it's a magical longsword, that does, I guess, make it more valuable. Sure.
yep.
It certainly is.
Okay. We're gonna pick that up. We're gonna put it in the pack.
Are you also a klepto or a hoarder or like
Hoarder.
which
Is there
side?
any
Definitely a
are
I-
there any
I-
symbols on the cape?
Nokren will turn to her and just be like,
probably like
together
some,
have too many weapons.
probably not any necessarily any
I mean-
actual symbols on it. So
If we fight a puddle of acid, I don't know where that would ever be, but if we fight a puddle of acid, you'll have plenty of weapons. I'll give you
Why are you fighting a puddle? I'm just curious.
Ah, some acid! Poke, poke.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't doubt that Nokren would try to fight a puddle of acid.
Oh yeah. If it's fighting me, I'm fighting it.
I have so many questions, guys. So many questions.
So, Tim at this point would be looking around the room trying to figure out what the hell this tunnel was used for.
I'll give Rufus. He can probably recognize it.
Ooh,
Okay. He's a rogue. Probably smuggling.
Ooh.
Smuggler's tunnel.
Yeah.
That did not go well for one smuggler.
It did not go well for the smuggler. It's
Or
impossible.
more.
It's impossible to tell what he was smuggling, but it did not go well.
Wine!
Puddles of acid.
Puddles of acid might have been.
On that note, he says, I'm heading back towards the ladder.
Yep.
Alright, let's go.
Okay. So
found the goods. Let's go. Next.
Coming up to the bar area with the casks, Jen will be like, what do you got there?
Our
Oh,
payment.
we cleared it out of something? Of dust?
I'll pay
The
you.
basement used to have a church.
Ancient monsters.
Can I see one of those for a second?
We fought for hours.
She'll take a look. She'll kind of like clear off like the label and stuff and try like look at it closely. She's like, pay you 50 gold for each.
Can I take a look at it? Because I do have the brewer's tools and
Sure.
proficiency.
Give me a brewer's tools check. Give me
Intelligence plus proficiency.
probably intelligence plus proficiency because you're trying to like remember like know stuff about it.
Crap.
You know it's
They're
old.
worth at least
It's alcohol.
75.
It's
They're
alcohol
old.
and old.
They're worth at least 75. We both know this. But seeing as how you are a shopkeeper and you need to make a profit, we'll say 60 each one.
I would have been making a profit with 50 from each one, and you would have been making a profit.
50 and a shot
so
of
you're-
each for each of us.
Not even giving me a persuasion roll. Damn you, Tantus.
I mean, go ahead and roll the persuasion if you really want to try it, though.
Of course I want
It's
to try.
not gonna work, but
No, it's not.
It does
It's
not.
not
Sure.
gonna
If you roll well enough,
I'm going
she
to
might have
suggest
been willing to do it.
50 and a shot for each of us out of it.
I could do that. A shot of wine. That'd be new.
Tim
Oh,
at this
right.
point, by the way, is broke because he spent his time transcribing some spells
Oh,
into
yeah.
his spell book while we
We still-
rested.
We still have
So-
like
It's pooled money,
temporary.
but like yeah, but like I spent all 200 of mine.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah. So
Wait,
like
we have pooled money?
well, like
Yes.
we each have 200 to spend basically.
It's
It's
not. We
a
don't
welcome.
actually. We
It's
don't
credit,
actually
not
have
actual
it.
money.
It's credit.
You have a line of credit from the Duke was like, hey, you guys, just let them know you can spend about up to 200. Their shops are not far from each other, so they easily can like consult with each other before they sell you stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
it.
what do you guys sell these guys? They are literally like
Yeah.
right next to each other and within yelling distance.
Okay.
So basically, Tim is like pumped if we get the 50 because like
That's
he's
50 each.
yeah. Is it 50? No, it's 50 for each cast, right? Not for each of us.
Yeah,
No,
it's
50 for each
Oh.
cast, so that's
Yeah,
100.
Yeah.
The 100, which then
Between
split.
5 people.
Yeah, puts another 25 in
20.
in. Well, 20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 25. I'm stealing 5 from Orin.
I was gonna give you it all anyways. Just
I appreciate that. Yeah, well, there you go. Then
Does
I
she
can
agree
put
with
another
the
spell
shop?
in the book, right? But
Not quite yet there.
I'm gonna step in here and be a little bit more convincing.
No.
Okay, she's gonna kind of like look at you guys. She's gonna sigh deeply and be like, a shot from one of them. We can find out.
Okay.
how
Don't
that's
wanna-
good.
Just make sure
Sure.
they're still good. Got it.
Yeah.
So she'll open up the one, pour out shots of whatever's in
Yep.
there, and she'll swig it all, like in a quick drink.
Woohoo!
Do I have to make a Constitution save?
I'm gonna say
that's-
no. I mean, it's just really, really old wine. You know, it's probably like
Good.
like 200-year-old wine at this point in time.
While
It was
they aren't
probably,
looking
it was
at
probably an
hand
old
by-
wine before it was moved here, and it's had like
Damn.
an extra 100 years. You know, or well, not quite that long, but you know, a good amount of time down in the basement.
How does
While
it
they aren't
taste?
looking, I hand mine to the dwarf.
Okay,
Yes.
double wine. It's
Winner,
It's
chicken
really
dinner.
good. It's very good wine.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'm gonna say it's a full-flavored red wine.
Mm.
Very fruity.
I know what that tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
So now
Nothing
we're
has no
heading,
idea
guys.
the difference.
Well, we
Ah,
can stop
okay.
quickly by the general store so you can get your swag.
Yay!
Suggest after the general store we head off to the castle. Have some business to attend to very quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
We also need to go to the chapel at some point.
And the dungeon in the castle.
And the dungeon in the castle and the chapel.
We went to the
People in
dungeon.
No,
Remember?
no,
That's
there was
where
a
the-
door that apparently is going to be
We
very
didn't
quick.
check out.
We need to check the door. And
Of
then...
course.
Uh-huh.
I made us leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, you were unconscious.
You were unconscious, so it makes sense that we
That
want to
explains
leave.
why I don't remember it.
Actually, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
He doesn't remember it because
You
he-
were. There was a door. You'll see.
You guys let him go unconscious?
Twice.
I'm just pointing to him.
Tim will just smile.
I made sure he was okay.
Are we are eventually, you guys are planning eventually on actually leaving the castle, right? Because
That.
our original task from the guy whose name I can't remember, started with an M, I think.
The Duke?
No,
Or are you referring to Marcades, or are you referring to Malik?
Malik, I think it was.
Malik,
Gavin.
Gavin Malik. You haven't talked to him about what you're doing, so
That's
Okay,
the
then
problem.
maybe it was from the Duke.
Yeah, the
Duke,
but I
Duke
remember
told
somebody.
you to
instructing
event-
us to speak with Gavin.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Gavin will know
Yeah.
more about what's going on in the area.
Yeah,
I wanna
we're
ride
supposed to go out and
Mantis.
start like looking for, ways to sustain the town.
Yeah. Well, Nokren's going to turn to Grits and go, okay, so one of these savage ones nearly obliterated us and he was chained to a wall. I want us to be as prepared as possible.
From what I've heard of the mutterings from the other scouts, that one seems to have been a little stronger than most savage ones, at least.
Well, it's better to be safe than sorry if they're out there.
Well, the longer
Sure.
we take in here, the more they can amass an army to come after us as well.
You're not wrong.
Give and take, we're all gonna die anyway.
Hopefully, this will only take an hour or two.
Eventually.
more.
I'd rather it be an old man than a
Okay.
kid.
Are
We
you?
already have an old
If you,
man.
do you want to do something at
Hey.
with the
When I
Duke
die.
or anybody, Duke or Mercades, before you head to the dungeon, or you want to head to the dungeon first? Because I assume that if you're doing cathedral
He
and
wanted to-
crypts, you could do that all in one because they're right next to each other.
General store, then castle.
General store.
Yeah.
Grits gets her stuff. Boom, done. Then castle.
Boom, done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
to
he'll
have a
be
quick-
like, "Oh, hey, it's you." You know, I mean, it's like we don't have to go through the entire spiel. He loves you guys.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
He does. He's
If
my
As
you,
it
need,
should.
if you need to talk to someone, the rest of us could investigate the door.
You guys should be there.
Okay.
Okay,
It's a quick meeting with the Duke, don't worry.
Okay.
away we go.
Duke is willing to see you, folks. He's like, I heard what had happened in the dungeon. I'm glad to see all of you are all right.
Yes, but this is more about the, letter I sent you after all that. The cathedral beneath needs to be cleared of rubble, and we can't be sitting here doing this, or rather, they can't. And there's also now a smuggler's path that we found that could contain things behind the rubble, or potentially under, that needs to be cleared. And, well,
if it has traveled with us, it might lead somewhere outside the castle and therefore need to be secured. Even if it is buried in, it should be good to check to see how far it goes. Thank you for alerting me.
exactly. And, have you summoned him?
He shall be here shortly.
Well, friends, Tim, I don't really regret it, I'm not going to lie. After the fight and with the cathedral going to take several days of excavating, decided I'm going to stay behind and send along someone who could take a few more hits than me.
Tim-
Nokren's... Oh,
Sorry, no, by all means, after you.
Nokren's just gonna say, you dealt as hard as you took.
That's the issue, though. If I keep going down, eventually I'm going to die. And here I can keep an eye on, look towards the Duke real quick, several idiots.
Tim would smirk at that. He'd understand, but he'd be visibly hurt, but he wouldn't be saying anything.
There will be a knock at the door, and the doors will open, and who's going to enter?
It is a exceptionally tall, very orcish looking half-orc, almost as if he is mostly orc. About 300 pounds of pure muscle.
Of orc.
Yes, he
Can I
has
ask,
a
how
great
tall is he?
axe. See, I wasn't going to be petty and vindictive, but I played rock paper scissors with Kira over there, and I lost, and she was a vindictive, so he is 6'9".
This is gonna be a new experience for Nokren, because I'm pretty sure he's not met anyone taller than him in a long time.
And the thing is,
Even if it's only 1 inch.
It's close enough that it's like, you guys are the same height almost. It's like, oh, someone as tall as me.
Yeah, Nokren would be like, huh, okay.
You guys are all giants to Grits.
And be like, he was one of the other scouts to return from adventure. He brought back with him, I believe it was 4 dead goblins. I believe you were attempting to bring them in for questioning, but they were quite dead. Well, it's okay.
Crush easy.
Yes. It did prove your mettle. Orin here has given me a suggestion of allowing you to assist them in. If the Savage Ones will prove a problem and a threat, I am not against sending a little muscle with them.
He looks to the 4 of you. Friends?
Yes, friends.
At the moment you say yes, friends, he just gets super excited. Friend! Runs up, bear hugs you, and starts spinning you around.
Oh no.
I'm backing away.
Tim, while being lifted up and being spun around, looks at Orn. I thought you said you were the one taking care of the idiots.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a fair trade.
Is there too many places to hide?
No.
One, he notices that there are short people there. He picks both of you up too. Friends!
No, Nokren's just sitting back here. Huh.
Please put me down.
Okay.
I'm gonna go stand behind Nokren now.
Why don't you introduce yourself to your new friends?
Hi.
Hi.
You'll see the Duke will be visibly like, oh my god. And then come up to Orin and then look back and be like, continue your quest, please.
Name?
What do people call you?
Nokren.
Nokro.
No,
Orc.
Nokren. No. Never mind.
Let it go. Let it go, man. Just.
I'm Tim.
Tim. Then he
It's an
points
easy
at
one.
Duke and Orn. Tim.
Yep. You got it. That's right. Nice to meet you, orc.
Oh no, he doesn't even have a name.
I'm sure he has.
I don't know.
Wow.
So Grits will
Okay.
just kind of shake her head and like look at him and just extend her little hand up. Grits.
He grabs it and like almost lifts you while shaking your
Yep.
hand. Orc.
Figured.
Tim would put his hand on the orc's shoulder at this point. And then just walk away. Start walking towards the door. And just, then he'd stop at the door and he'd look back at Orin and he'd say, "Where can I find you in town if I need you?"
Most
When we
likely
need
the
to.
chapel. I'll be overseeing things there.
You, won't go out without us, will you?
I'd rather not die.
Then I look forward to seeing you back here unless I die first.
I'll give you more information if you don't die of age.
Sounds like a deal.
I think he called you old.
Ha!
did.
Old!
Like
You
a
know, I'm
fine
not
wine.
that old for an elf. I'm only 523 years old. That's not bad.
Woo!
The second
Me
that Nokren's
15.
just gonna look at you like huh? Remember, Nokren may be fully like an adult, but he's 17.
Me 15.
Okay, old man and wise one, let's go to the dungeon.
You know what? Can we just assess this situation for a moment and maybe not? Maybe we should look at what orcs' strengths are.
Besides your strength.
Great.
Great. I mean, I don't want to sound like an idiot because we've got enough of that going around right now. But
Biggest eyebrow raise from Grits. Like, better not be referring to me.
Me have axe, spear,
yeah,
what's else away? Javelins.
Nokren, he's a man after your own heart.
I like it.
Maybe don't let him out of your sight.
Be hard to lose.
Whoa, we're putting Nokren in charge of the new guy.
Well, we're putting Nokren in charge of the new guy, and we're putting me in charge of Nokren.
Yeah, that works.
We're doing this in a multi-management scheme here.
How
and-
many?
I'm-
How many
I'm
baby
just hiding
legs do we
behind
have?
Oh,
Sorry, I
Obviously.
missed what you said there. So
Arm wrestle. Okay. And he like lays down on the ground instantly, arm ready.
yeah, alright, we go for it. So we need strength
Oh.
check for this, or?
Yeah, strength
Athletics,
checks.
right?
Okay.
Can I,
straight strength
yeah,
for
we
this
can
one.
go.
Straight strength for this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh
throw
my
up some-
god.
Yeah! And I did
I'm gonna
terribly.
throw up
hit
some
my
Okay,
elbow
it's
on
it's
the way
still
down.
it still is a very epic arm wrestling check because you got pretty close together, but Nokren manages to beat Orc.
Can
Ah,
we just
okay.
address the fact that his name is actually Orc?
Yes.
You guys haven't changed
Yeah, I can
his
see
name
that.
or anything, so he goes by what everyone has always called him. Orc.
I like
So
it.
out there
Good
in
job! And he like lifts you up a little bit.
Okay.
should we give him a nickname or something so we don't have to just call him Orc? I feel like
Seems
that's
to like orc.
I think he'll like whatever we tell him to like.
Jolly.
Do we have to be
I mean-
nice?
I would prefer to be nice. I
like
don't usually make the habit of being mean to creatures that can't understand I'm being mean to them.
Like I said, jolly.
Jolly's not. I mean,
There's nothing wrong with Jolly. I don't know that I like it, but there's nothing wrong with it.
Wimp
Yes.
name.
Oh no, he
He does not like it. Now, orc.
Orc.
What?
Orc.
What? Yes, orc.
Orc.
What is your name?
People call Orc.
How about Auric?
Auric.
Oric?
Orc?
Sound like Orc. Orc.
S'mores?
What is your favorite color?
Does he know his colors?
I don't. This is a test.
What is your quest?
Red.
Red. Okay. How would you feel about being called Red?
Red.
Red. All right. Red.
Red?
Red.
All right.
Red.
We'll call him Red. Let's go with it.
Where are we at exactly at the moment? We're in like the
We're in the Duke's chamber, I think.
We're in the
You
Duke's
are
Yeah,
still
yeah.
in the Duke's
In front of
chamber.
him having this
He's been,
conversation.
he's just like watching this entire conversation, like with his like hand on his head, just like kind of shaking it the entire time.
is there like a servant somewhere nearby?
Probably. He will eventually. He will also like be like occasionally like glancing over with this like death glare towards like Orin. And be
I'm gonna start like inching towards the door.
I was gonna say if I was gonna like wave to like some kind of servant and just do like the like tip my hand up like glass, like bring me a drink please, like to drink me.
Little man going slow towards door. Need carry?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's. Red,
Red.
how do you feel about exploring a dungeon? All right, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Red Fuller.
Okay, this is gonna
So
go
what we got?
fantabulous. Let's go, guys.
All right, you guys will head down to the dungeon. I'm assuming you'll head to that strange door that you saw. It seems to be this kind of large iron door, with 3 iron bars kind of like sealed across it. There seems to be no easy way to remove the bars, though it looks there's some kind of system with a strange, like... It seems like there might be some kind of key to it, but it's unusually shaped key.
Didn't we find a key somewhere?
You found a normal key. Like, I mean, not like, you know, like normal-looking key. Like, there's something that would probably be used as a key that would be put in here to unlock the bars.
Red walks up and knocks on the bars.
They seem very thick and very heavy.
No,
Do
like
they knock back?
Yeah,
like knocking. Can you let me in? Kind of.
Oh, yeah. You
I
knock
feel
on
like
it,
he's gonna set off a lot of traps.
and nothing happens.
Red,
Red.
Red, come back here for a moment, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to pick it.
There doesn't seem to be a way to pick it.
Can
Your
can I
tools
do?
are not. Your tools are made to like pick a lock of like an actual lock. As I said, there's a strange shaped device that you would probably need for this.
I feel like
Can
this
I-
feels more like a Zelda locked door, not
Yeah.
like a normal locked door.
Can I do an investigation check on it? Or
Sure.
perception? What would you prefer?
While he does that, can I look at the?
Investigation's fine.
Can I investigate
that's
the
not
area
good.
while he does that?
Sure. I'll give you that. It looks as if it looks as if the bars were added to the door. The door itself probably wasn't originally built with these bars instead. That someone put them on here, as if to seal this door off.
I'm gonna go back and ask the guards about it.
Oh,
Good idea.
yeah, that thing. Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, you know, I think the first Duke sealed it off when this place got dug.
Any
How do
particular
we
reason
open it?
why?
Well, I think they came across the door. Some people went in, died horribly. They sealed it off. I think there's some kind of ancient ruins that this place was built on top of or something.
Huh.
Who has
wonderful.
the key?
Did I find anything in the
I
area?
guess the Duke would? I don't know. None of us do. I mean...
Can't
his-
tell who just there.
It's like... The first Duke sealed it, so that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
We
Uh,
break.
stay right here. Nokren's gonna sprint as fast as he can up to the Duke.
Okay. Do. Like clue.
Hold on. Red wanted to break down that door. I think we should let him try.
Go ahead, Red.
I mean, if he wants to try while I
if you
run
want
and
to try
get
the
the key.
strength check to
Yeah.
break it down.
All right.
Okay.
Let's hope it's better than the one.
And I'm just
I
sprinting
believe
off
in
to the
you.
thing.
No. You smash
Okay,
into
that was
it,
like a 20.
It is very
check,
metal.
Okay.
Okay. Duke, you wouldn't happen to have, like, a key for the giant creepy door in the dungeon?
Oh.
Did you just call the Duke Duke?
Hey, Duke. What's up, buddy?
Duke.
Duke!
I mean, he is the Duke, so it is his title. So, I mean...
Yeah.
Normally use their full title.
Duke.
I wouldn't know this because I live in the wilds most of the time.
Yeah, true. He'll not be insulted by it because again he also lives with a lot of people that live in the wilds a lot of times. So, yes, I do know about it. Mercedes wanted to look more into what it was, and I gave it to him.
Of course you do.
Okay.
The music from Clue is like going on as you're like running.
Mercedes, do you have key for
God
door?
damn it.
Creepy
Oh,
thing.
God damn it!
I'm gonna
God damn it!
I'm gonna just perceive around the door.
Okay.
If they find a way in while I'm doing this.
Oh
Oh my god!
Wow.
Okay. It seems as if some kind of magic more than likely sealed the holders of these bars to the door itself into the wall. So that's it's more than just just metal. It's been the metal itself has been kind of melted into the stone around the edges of the door. So it'd be kind of you would have to do something like cut through the bars or something or remove them. And the bars look though very heavy and very tough to move.
Metal.
Anyway.
Much metal, very hard.
It looks as though it would be difficult for any of you to trolley lift it. AKA, you only have 2 people which could probably lift them.
Definitely not me.
Oh, I could definitely be me.
Okay, so you knock on the door opens up, and meow,
Mercedes.
meow.
No.
He's talking to the cat right now.
I'm gonna look around for Mercedes. Is he
He's
there?
not there. The cat's just there. You saw the cat you just saw the cat pull his paw around the door and pull it open.
Great.
Meow.
Okay, so Mercedes isn't inside anywhere, or?
You just see the cat sitting there, kind of looking at you as if it answered the door.
I'm gonna give it a little pat and then sort of walk in. Mercedes! Sorry?
Angry cat.
The cat will kind of look at you, and then kind of turn and go walk up a set of stairs, and you hear meow, 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 meow. Oh, what's it? Visitors? Excellent.
What?
Excellent.
Hello? Hello? What's going on?
Did you just... Oh, it doesn't matter. Do you have a key to a creepy door in the dungeon?
Yes.
May we have it?
I don't know where it is right now.
Ugh.
I have a lot of stuff in here. I got it about a lot of years ago. And I have a confession to make. I'm a little bit of a whore.
I can see that. Okay. Is it at all, if I have a brief look around, is it at all feasible for me to do a quick investigation, or am I just running back? Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. No, because I saw him talking to the cat. I'm gonna... Hello? Do you know where it is? I'm gonna look up at Mercedes as soon as he meows.
Attic.
Oh.
That's worse.
What? Nokren is still so confused about the whole situation. So, as I was saying before, if I have a brief look around, is it so much that it's not even feasible to have like a quick look? Like, there is no way I'm finding.
This room alone is filled with like piles of books and papers that there's like a path leading through them to like where those stairs are, and maybe a couple like side paths. It's think like not trash, instead like hoarders, but not trash. It's all just like book, like this room especially, it's just like way too many books and papers have been poured up, like stored in here.
Okay, I would have a quick perception, and then I'm gonna run off if this perception fails.
I can look around for it when I have some time, if you wish me to.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna say, okay, can you try and find it? If you do, give us word.
I'll send a message to you. Maybe some spellcasting will work. I can test out some things. Excellent.
Okay. Do you have, like, a glass of water or
Come,
something?
Tinder Boots! It's time for more research!
Did you have a glass of water I could have or something?
Oh, Tinder Boots? Meow. Oh, yes, that's where it is. Give me a minute. The cow kind of look at you. Meow.
Yeah, Nokren is still just like, his mind is still broken at the fact that he's talking with the cat and actually responding. Like, it's... Huh.
Wait, give me an insight check.
Okay. I have low wisdom, so this is gonna be great. Holy fuck!
The cat is probably smarter than your new friend Red.
Sweet.
I trust that cat now. I love that cat. I'm like, okay then. I've seen weirder. Let's go with it.
Let's get weird, guys.
Also, you've heard tales of like spellcasters having pets or something. Maybe there's some kind of magic to them because of that.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking out of character. Knocker doesn't quite know about that sort of stuff.
He'll come back with like a tankard of something and be like, here.
Okay, Knocker will just skull it and go, okay, and start sprinting back to the castle.
It was just like you just drunk wine because you didn't have any water.
I mean, he would take it, drink it, and sprint back.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Rufus has an idea.
Okay. What's Rufus's idea?
Grits, your people know about stone and metal stuff, right?
Yes.
Would this acid be able to cut through the bars? Holds up a vial of acid.
So how would I know if that would cut through bars?
You wouldn't whatsoever?
Got it.
I'm assuming.
Acid hurt.
Yes, acid does hurt.
Yes.
Yes.
So, okay, sure, yeah, it might cut through it. We could try. Worst case scenario, it doesn't, and we're still at square zero.
Okay.
How tall?
You gonna pour some of the acid on there then?
Well, how tall
Carefully, please. Do not just throw it on there, because if we have to actually touch anything, we need to be able to make sure that we're touching an area that isn't covered in acid.
No, I want to be precise about this.
Thank you.
That's why I'm asking, how tall is the door?
I mean, standard door size, like maybe, we'll say like 9 foot tall total.
And I have
the bars are evenly spaced across it with 3 bars.
Can I have a lift red?
Red lift.
Please. Oh.
I'm going to start at the top and put a little on each bar.
Okay. It seems to do a little bit of damage. A very tiny bit.
So,
You get a
Do we
feeling that
know-
that might work, but you would need a lot of acid.
do we
Well,
know
if
what
we can
type of
weaken
metal
them,
it is?
It might make it
It
easier to...
looks like iron, but I mean, you don't know for sure.
Okay. How hot does Burning Hands get?
Probably not hot enough to melt metal.
Well, why I'm asking is because different metals have different melting points,
Yes.
right? Iron happens to be a quite a hot it's like 1500 degrees Celsius or something. Like that's why I'm asking. I'm assuming Burning Hands doesn't even come close to that. It's
Burning
probably like
Hands could probably
500.
burn some things, but it would burn like kindling and flammable stuff.
Yeah.
Your
I
experience would
imagine
tell
it's like
you
a
that
500.
and the thing is, it's a sudden burst anyway. It's not a sustained heat, which you really
No.
wouldn't.
I also do have a vial of alchemist fire.
Also, don't think that would work.
That
I
doesn't
don't
burn
think
for
it's
very
useful.
long.
Far more
Yes.
dangerous.
Tantus, feel free to tell me when I come.
You come running
as
back
fast
as like you're like discussing this.
Well, I'm gonna use what I have in the vial to try to burn through as much as I can,
Okay.
and say
Nokren's-
maybe
as
now
Nokren's,
that
like,
it's
sort of-
weakened.
Yeah, as Nokren's catching his breath, he's watching this. Huh.
Okay, I guess if someone wants to try another strength on it.
Oh, come back.
Hold on. Can we get both Red
Yes.
and Nokren to grab onto the door and work together on
Sure,
this?
one of them can roll with advantage then, if you want to do that.
Okay.
Which one of
Um,
you has higher strength?
What strength do you have? Probably 16.
Yeah.
So do I.
Okay.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Nokren
Doesn't
He
matter.
feels luckier.
did win
I would say you roll because Knocker just got back. He's a little exhausted. He's also, before he walks over, going to say, "McCady's lost the key. He's searching for it. Oh, don't
So
know
we'll
if
come back to this if we don't get in.
Yeah.
So, strength check with advantage, yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why you guys keep having me roll today? It's not working.
Wow, that was
just
that
for,
first
just for,
roll.
Like safety's sake, can I check what I would have done?
Sure.
I'm curious.
See?
Okay.
Should let the man who rolls
Don't
20s do it.
All right.
I thought I used my luck
It
for
seems
today.
as though the amount of acid you used is not enough to weaken it enough to really help.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, do we come back to this later, or do we continue to spend time on this?
I mean, I will tell you, if you really, really feel like it, you could probably figure out a way in here. It would just be time consuming.
Yeah.
It's okay if you
bored.
want to. If you want to,
unless someone
it's
has a
fine
better
by me.
idea.
Knockroad's asking everyone else, so.
I don't care.
Grit seems bored already, so she's just like, whatever.
All right.
Okay.
Taking a pile to these bars, I don't think they're budget.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's come back to that.
Break. All right. Why don't we actually do that though? Before you head over to your next place, because you're. Oh, the Adventures of Red.
Red!
I love him already.
So we will continue in a couple of minutes. Get a good bathroom, grab a drink and stuff. We'll take our break. We'll be back, and then we'll finish up with finally heading out. I think there's not a lot to do with the cathedral. Hopefully, we get through that like that, and the next thing like that, and finally get you out.
Quick question: is Orin going to be meeting us at the cathedral since that's like his thing?
I mean, I guess. Up to
I assumed we would just kind of leave the cathedral unless there's something super important Tantus wanted discovered there.
the two chambers that
Or-
were down there were stuff that were useful.
So
You
we
guys-
should still.
You guys ignored them. Like there might be monsters there, and my mind thought pattern was there are not monsters there. There are small chambers with stuff in them that you're just like, let's leave them.
Like spiders.
Not spiders, like helpful spiders.
Not
Oh, yeah.
spiders, got it.
So I'm assuming Orin has
Like
already
dead
gonna and we'll
spiders.
just like probably see him there. Is kind of what I'm
Probably.
getting at.
Hey,
If not, have the items in hand for you guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
if you want to roll me a couple perceptions for Orin over the break, then I can see what he found and let them know.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, real quick, I forgot to mention, Red wears pretty much basic travel leathers. They don't give him any kind of defensive or anything, but around the collar is a lion's mane.
That's awesome.
Cool.
All right.
All right,
All right,
then.
everyone, we're gonna have our short break. As I said, bathroom, drink, snacks, and we'll be back in a little bit. So see you all in a couple of minutes. Goodbye.
Bye, Michelle.